Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. Today I've got two replays for you in the Tier 6 German tank destroyer, the Brummbär. Now, I've recently tried and finish off some of the lines, and I only have two more left to do, minus the artillery. That is the Sturm line and the Wheelie Boys French light tanks. So today I've got two replays for you in the Brummbär as I've started my grind, and I've had a lot of fun actually playing this tank. More so than I was actually expecting. The Tier 6 has been a lot of fun. I have gone full DERP. I am just only using the premium HE rounds with the 660 alpha and the 75 penetration. Just because, yeah, if you're playing this tank, it's all about the memes really, isn't it? You want them big splash HE pens. But here we are for the first replay where we are top tier. You actually have some pretty decent concealment on this tank. I think with my setup, which I'm running, I've got the concealment down to about 202, so you can actually be fairly stealthy. And you have 5 degrees of gun depression, but it's actually fairly manageable, that 5 degrees I find. I don't know, this is sort of the shape of the tank. It seems to be okay. I've actually got on quite well with this little tank. But so far we're just looking for a few derp splashes. We're trying to extend our vision to try and just spot down this 1-2 line, and we managed to pick up a little bit of assistance for our trouble. Looking to see if we can get the finish here on this light tank. Just got to wait and try and lead our shot, because you do obviously have quite slow shell velocity. I think the shell velocity is 426, so you really do need to lead your shells. But we do get a nice pen there, picking up pen or a splash, sorry, picking up 274 damage, and we pick up a little bit of assistance as well, because that's the thing with this derp gun. You only have to hit them, and you're gonna, because it's got such a big caliber, you are gonna splash them and do quite a lot of damage. We do pick up our first kill there on that enemy medium tank, picking up now 600 damage and 847 assistance, and it's a fairly even game with 11 versus 11. I have got a tank to sort of in the free line in the low ground, and just sort of keeping an eye just in case he does try and spot us. We've got to be a bit careful of. We do hit that enemy medium blind, and we're just pushing forward every so slightly forward to try and extend our view range. And now our team, as you can see, are pushing up. They should hopefully spot these tanks at the back. And you see here, I haven't actually penned that medium, but I've just hit him and I've splashed him for 250 anyway. Because if you just touch some people, if you just clip the tanks, you are going to be able to, just do the splash damage and pick up damage. You don't actually have to pen them, because it's got such a big, caliber on this tiny little Tier 6 dirt machine. So we are starting to lose this game, but it's very even. It's team destruction, so I don't actually have to worry about the getting capped out or going back to defend the base or anything like that, which is nice. We get a nice blind pen there into that enemy tank crossing, and that puts us up to about 1,700 damage. I think we must have penned that guy for like 700. So we've got quite a high roll on the HE, which is quite nice there. At this point, I am thinking there's got to be some tanks potentially coming behind us. So I thought about carrying on pushing down. We do, as you see, we just full dirt pen that enemy tank destroyer, picking up our second kill of the game, putting us on to about 2,200 damage there. There's a lot of memes, especially this second replay I got for you today. There's a lot of meme shots. But we're now going to go back to not defend the base, but I kind of, because we don't have a base, but I kind of expected some enemy tanks to be pushing down there to go for our friendly artillery pieces, because normally you have some sort of tanks come that way, and I just thought, none of our team have really gone that way, so I kind of expected that to happen. So I'm starting to push up, but as I'm pushing up, I've noticed, maybe they're not actually done that. Maybe they are just in the base, but I wasn't to know that. This was just a sort of a hunch where I thought the enemy tanks might be. But it does look like they are sort of all in their spawn. So I'm trying to get over there now as quickly as I can to get to the damage. I mean, you do have some, the mobility on this tank's okay. You've got a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour, so it's not the quickest, but it's not the slowest either. And it does, you do tend to be able to get to that top speed, so you can get across the map sort of, fairly decently to get to damage. And now we've got these two enemy British tank destroyers. Now he's rear on, but unfortunately I can't actually pen this tank even rear on unless I get a really good roll. So this is where I probably should have kept some of the heat shells, because your heat shells, you have 175 penetration with 580 alpha. So if I'd had the heat shells here, not just had full HE loadout, I could have just penned the rear of these tanks quite comfortably. I could even pen the cupola quite comfortably, and I could have picked up more damage, because I can't actually pen these tanks here, unless I manage to get a flush side-on shot. But it is just now me, a friendly medium tank, and 2 any artilleries in the 4 versus 3. The 88s have started to sort of push towards us. I'm just trying to keep splashing them to whittle them down until they get close to me, and then I'll be able to finish them off, because they're not exactly the quickest of tanks. I think the time they've got to me, I should have hopefully killed at least one of them, or just whittled them down. But there is now this one enemy 88 is a potential one shot to us. We don't quite roll high enough, but that does put us on to 3,500 damage with 1,100 sort of assistance and track assistance, with just one enemy tank remaining. We're waiting now. We can potentially pen that. I wish I was a little bit slower there on the trigger, because I could have waited to get some shots in. He was actually bouncing us. I'm just letting him shoot me at this point, because I just feel like I'm going to win this race with our medium coming behind. Unfortunately, we don't pen that shot, but we do hit him, taking away most of his health, putting us on to about 4,000 damage now and 1,000 assistance. And now we should have the kill here. Unfortunately, we just mess up that kill shot, which was just a bit poor. He stopped, and I wasn't kind of expecting him to. But that just brings us into the first replay. Let's see how we got on before we move on. We get 2 kills, 4,000 damage, 1,802 assistance. And that is it for the first replay. So let's move on to the second and final replay. Okay, so here we are for the final replay then on Ghost Town, where there is 3 enemy light tanks, 1 enemy artillery piece, and this is tier 7 matchmaking. Now we go on to have quite a few funny little DERP meme shots in this one. But initially we're just going to try and push over to sort of where I usually like to go. If you've seen me play Ghost Town before at the start, I like to go to sort of like the D sort of 3 area and just see if we can get any early damage or anything crossing, or just wait until a few tanks are spotted and then work out where we're going to go, because Ghost Town's not a massive map. So once the tanks get spotted, and if your initial position doesn't work for you, you can just relocate. You don't have to just sit there in one position. You can just read the map, work out where the enemy team are, and then go from there. But initially I like to come to this position just in case any of those light tanks cross straight across, and sometimes they do. That doesn't seem to have been the case this time. So I'm just waiting to see if our medium tanks actually spot anything down this sort of AB line, really. Doesn't seem to have happened, so I'm just moving up slightly now to try and see if we can spot any tanks. And then an enemy artillery does get spotted. I should actually be able to have a shot into this tank. I'm risking it slightly, but I want to go in and see if I can turp the artillery, because I know I can definitely pen him. There is a few bit of coverage in the way which will prevent me getting the shot in, so I have to relocate, but thankfully he moves and I do manage to pick up my first pen and my first kill there, putting us under 475 damage. Now you've got this enemy IS, so the tier 7 heavy tank, but his turret is facing the other way, so I'm going to use this opportunity just to derp splash him. I do splash him for 192. This is again where if I would have had the standard rounds, the heat rounds, I could have potentially penned him there, but I'm just really going for the memes with the full HE when I was going through this line, just because it's quite fun. But our friendly tanks are now going in on this IS, so I'm going to see if I can help them out and see if we can just try and finish this tank off. We go round, but then we spot an enemy tank destroyer to our left. The IS does get taken out. Tank destroyer shoots, and then we put one into him, just derping him there, picking up a little bit of damage, putting us onto 844, but I don't think he's going to last that long, as he's getting pushed by our friendly Tiger, who should take him out, putting us into a 9 versus 10. So again, still fairly even. A lot of the enemy tanks sort of push around the opposite way to us, so we're going to try and get over there and see if we can get any cross shots into them. Now an enemy medium tank is crossing, and we full derp him for just shy of 700 damage, picking up our second kill of the game. Let's say it is a bit memey, this tank. It can be a lot of memes, and I guess that's kind of the point of the line, really. So I'm just going to try now and get in and see if we can get any more damage, see if we can get, so far I've got 2 kills, sort of 1,400 damage. with 6 tanks remaining. Then any medium tank crosses, we just catched him there, penning him for just shy of 700 damage again. Put us on to 2,000 damage and 3 kills. That was such a fortunate shot, that one hitting there. We're now going to go in and just try and take out this enemy tank destroyer. We should be able to pen his lower plate. We wait, we do pen his lower plate, and we pick up the kill there. Picking up our 4th kill of the game, putting us on to 2,400 damage. Now the enemy team are starting to cap, and our friendly team are also trying to cap. So I'm going to try and head to our cap, see if we can defend the base, and see if we can get any shots in. The tier 7 tank destroyer is side on, so we can actually pen this tank, and we do go straight through the engine, putting us on to 4 kills and 3,000 damage with 3 tanks remaining. At this point I'm kind of thinking, you know, are we just going to cap out before I get a chance? I should be able to get back in time to get the reset. I still have 573 hit points, so I can afford to eat a shot or two in order to get this reset, which I'm feeling fairly comfortable in getting it. It's got, I think, what, 7 seconds left on the cap. Just need to sort of wait, pre-aim this, make sure we hit it. We do get the shot in, and thankfully the enemy team reset our base, because that means I've got more opportunity to get some more damage now. I'm just going to try, and I could finish off the heavy tank, but I want to try and pen the Leo, because the Leo I can actually pen. These are tier 7 tanks. I do eat a shot for it. I need to wait, and then we do pen, and we pick up our 5th kill of the game, and then got to wait to see if we can try and get our top gun here. You know, hopefully, you know, we should have an opportunity to pick up the kill here. We should be able to splash this tank and pick up the kill, and we do, and we pick up the 6th kill, puts us into 4,000 damage with 6 kills, confirming the top gun, and it's only 1 enemy tank remaining, enemy light, who does shortly get taken out. And that brings us then to the video. So we had quite a fun little meme session there, picking up 6 kills, 4,000 damage, 2,200 base XP, confirming the ace tanker, getting the top gun, the high caliber, and the defender medal. So that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!